I'm Berger McNeese.
And I'm Guillaume de Ginestel.
And we're here with our film Pure Bodies.
Welcome to Palm Springs.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to the West Elm couch. Is it comfy?
Yes, very, very.
Thank
It's
God.
beautiful. Nice.
Just tell us a little bit about the film.
Well, it's a film that follows two characters in Brussels, Belgium, one night. She's a young escort, and she hires this driver to kind of like take her places and kind of take care of her. Make sure that she's safe. And so they're very opposite personalities. She's very chatty. She's very lively.
Out there.
And, yeah. When he's a mute. Like he doesn't say anything, and he's very
introverted.
Exactly. And so they kind of meet and start bonding, and it's really how they help each other in their respective lives, although they're so different.
How did you get inspired for the story? Was it you wanted to have an escort in your film, or was it more like you said, the two characters, complete polar opposite, helping each other? And how did it turn into what it is?
We wanted to have very kind of essential characters, and there are two characters that have that are used and exploited for their bodies. So the movie's called Pure Bodies, and they're exploited for their bodies in a kind of in a demeaning way, and yet there's something that happens between them. There's a connection that arises that is very simple and human and very basic. And so there was the whole concept of purity. You know, what's a pure like human emotion in those two characters that have very demeaning jobs, I guess, or
Yeah.
I mean, not the most
Seen that
glamorous
way.
for sure.
exactly.
Yeah, and so we first started writing the film because it was more like of a character study. We really liked both characters and wanted kind of like to see how they would evolve together. Is that- Evolve together. Sorry, I'm
No
learning a
worries.
lot of vocabulary here. So that's how we kind of like started writing together, and then it just ended up being this film.
And it's a self-produced film, and that was something we wanted to do because on my previous films and Beranger's previous film was self-produced, but my previous film were produced, and they took a long time to get made, and there was kind of a long time between the moment where you have the impulse to tell a story and between the time you actually do it and film it.
Yeah.
So this film we wrote in about 3 months, and then we shot it 2 months after we finished writing it.
Oh wow.
So it was
yeah,
pretty
it was
quick.
like in 6 months it was done.
Yeah. I mean, post-production took a longer time because we had no money, and
Yeah.
also the whole crew, like everybody was volunteering. No one was paid. It was a very demanding shoot because it was shot all at night in Belgium in February. It was freezing cold. Yeah. So, but they were all awesome just to show up every day, and then post-production was like that as well. So it was kind of like, finding people, the right people that would help out, and
That
it was
day
great.
for free.
Exactly. That was the real challenge.
I'm sure. Is it your first time in Palm Springs for the two of you at ShortFest?
Yeah, Palm Springs, yeah.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Has the film been shown in front of many audiences, or is it at the beginning of its fest life?
It's traveled a bit in Europe, mainly a lot in France and in Belgium. I'm Belgian and Guillaume is French, so it's a French and Belgian film. So it's traveled around there a lot, but it's the first time it's actually like across
In North
the
America?
Atlantic. And, yeah. So
It's incredible how like some of the people yesterday were saying they were very touched by the characters, and they got into the movie. We didn't know how well the subtitles, how
Yeah.
like easy
True.
it is to get into the movie while reading subtitles the whole time. And I guess it's probably something extra that you have to do, but still it seemed like people.
yeah, it's like a real new experience to show it to this audience in another language. It's just very different. You just don't, even if you've shown it before a number of times, it's really like a first time here.
Each time, anyway,
Yeah,
it's always
it's
nerve-wracking.
traumatizing.
But
Yeah.
yeah, it's true with the subtitles. It's a good point. You don't know exactly
Yeah.
what's gonna hit, what's not gonna hit, even cultural references.
Absolutely, yeah.
And a lot of it is slang, the way it's written, and we wrote it improvising a lot. So a lot of it is like French slang, and we didn't know how well. Like we translated it as best as we could in English, but we didn't know